Good day, everyone. I'm Noreen Austin Ojo, and I'll be presenting the history, culture, and traditions of Bukidnon. Bukidnon tribe, also known as the Talaandig, is one of the indigenous groups in the Philippines, primarily residing in the mountainous region of Bukidnon in northern Mindanao. The term Bukidnon comes from the Visayan words bukid means mountain and non means people, kaya tinawag silang mountain people. So the Bukidnon people are believed to be the descendants of the Proto-Philippine or Proto-Austronesian stock who migrated from South China thousands of years ago. When we say Proto-Philippine or Proto-Austronesian, we're talking about the early groups of people who live 1,000 of years ago. Sila yung mga first humans na nagsettle in many places like dito sa Pilipinas. And ang Bukidnon people is galing sa descendants na ito. Historically, they settled along riverbanks and coastal areas but were pushed into the mountains due to various invasions and colonization. Since madaming other groups yung nag-colonize and invade that time, napilitan silang lumipat sa mga kabundukan where they can live safely and freely. The most widely practiced religion in Bukidnon is the Roman Catholicism. While Islam is also present, Catholicism is a dominant belief in the province according to the Philippine Statistics Authority. The Bukidnon tribe consists of several subgroups, including the Talaandig, Matigsalog, Higaonon, Manobo, Tiguahanon, and Umayamnon. They speak a language called Binukid, but since there are many subgroups, each one speaks a slightly different version of Binukid. Same language lang sila, but they have different accent. Examples of Binukid phrases, Ino sangaran no, or what is your name? Maayad ha aldaw, or good day, kumusta kad en, or how are you now, and agkabayaan ko ikaw, or I like you. Next is their culture and traditions. The Bukidnon people have a rich cultural heritage, including traditional dances, music, and rituals. They are known for their intricate beadwork, weaving, and embroidery. The traditional music includes the use of instruments like the agong, or a type of gong, kulintang, a set of small horizontally laid gongs, and the tambol, or drums. So the Bukidnon people also have special dances that are performed during their festivals and rituals. The two examples are the Binanog and the Inagong. So the Binanog is a dance that mimics the movement of a hawk. It's a beautiful and graceful dance that shows respect for the bird and its strength. Next is the Inagong or a war dance. It is often performed to honor the warriors and the tribe's bravery. Next is the rituals and beliefs. So the Bukidnon people practice animism, believing in spirits that inhabit natural objects and phenomena. They perform rituals to honor the spirits, especially during planting and harvesting seasons. So naniniwala silang may mga spirits na naninirahan sa mga nature and objects, like sa mga puno, rivers, mountains, bato, and even sa mga weather. And they believe na yung mga spirits na ito have power and can affect their lives in many ways. Like during their planting and harvesting seasons, nag-perform sila ng rituals if need nila ng good crops and good fortune. The Bukidnon people do rituals or ceremonies to connect with spirits. Pamuhat means giving offerings like food or animals to the spirits. Then the panumanod means spirit invocation or calling the spirits to ask for help or guidance. These rituals are conducted by a bailan or shaman, a kind of spiritual leader or healer who communicates with the spirits to seek guidance and blessings. The Talaandig subgroup in particular is known for their oral traditions, which means they pass down stories by speaking or verbally. They also have epic chants. These are long traditional songs or poems that tell stories about their history, heroes, and beliefs. Next is their social and political structure. In the Bukidnon community, they follow a clan system where the dato is the leader. He is responsible for maintaining peace and order, leading rituals, and making decisions for the community. Then si Dato is not alone. He gets help from the Council of Elders, who provide advice and help in decision making. So ginatulungan nila ang Dato to make the right choices for the community. Next is their traditional clothing and adornments. So the traditional clothing includes the pinagtagan, a type of woven clothes for women, and the binukid for embroidered shirts for men. These garments are often adorned with intricate beadwork and embroidery that reflect their cultural identity. They also have accessories. They wear various accessories such as beaded necklaces, bracelets, and headbands. These items are not only decorative but also hold cultural significance. Next is their marriage customs. So traditionally, courtships and marriages among the Bukidnon people are often arranged by parents when the children are quite young, sometimes as early as 11 years old. This practice ensures alliances between families and maintains social harmony within the community. So, ang parents ang choose kung sino yung papakasalan ng kanilang mga anak. So, ginagawa daw nila ito to make families closer, to keep peace in the community, and to help the whole tribe stay strong and united. Next is their household structure. So in polygamous households, the husband maintains a systematic supervision over his wives, who typically live together under one roof. All children, regardless of which wife they are born to, are treated equally and grow up as if in a monogamous family. Next is their funeral costumes. One of these is the preparation of the body. Traditionally, the Bukidnon people do not practice embalming, so hindi sila naga-embalsamo. The body is prepared for burial by washing and dressing it in a traditional clothing. Then, for their burial practices, the deceased is typically buried with some of their personal belongings, which are believed to be needed in the afterlife. These items might include tools, clothing, and other personal effects. Next is their grave sites. So graves are often located near the family home or in a designated burial ground within the community. So the location is chosen based on the traditional beliefs and practices. So they also believed in the afterlife. The Bukidnon people believe that the soul or umalagad embarks on a journey to the afterlife. In some communities, it is believed that the soul travels to Mount Balatukan, a sacred mountain where the spirits of the dead reside. Next is their economic activities. So the Bukidnon people mainly work in farming. They grow crops like rice, corn, and root crops like potatoes and sweet potatoes. To make space for new fields, they use a method called kaingin or slash and burn farming to clear land for cultivation. So the Bukidnon people are also very good at making things by hand, like weaving fabric, making baskets, and creating beadwork. These skills are useful for everyday life, but they also sell their crafts to earn money through trade. Besides from farming, they also hunt animals and gather plants from the wild to get food. Next is their traditional food and delicacies. So the Bukidnon is known for its unique blend of traditional and modern dishes with binaki or pintos. It is a steamed corn tamales, being a popular and distinct delicacy wrapped in corn husk, especially during festivals. Bukidnon is hailed as the pineapple capital of Asia, so its emerging tasty and delicacies often come from pineapple. It is a some of these include pineapple pie, tart, jam, and peñasitas, or pineapple-based products. They also have organic rice-based treats like cookies, barky rice, and pop rice are also gaining popularity in northern Mindanao. So one of the notable festival in Bukidnon is the Kaamulan Festival. So this is the most famous festival in Bukidnon. It is celebrated annually to showcase the culture and traditions of the 7 tribes in the province, including the Bukidnon tribe. It features street dancing, rituals, and various cultural presentations.
Kaamulan, 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 ang timutang tanan.
For their housing and settlements, the Bukidnon people traditionally lived in houses made of bamboo and nipa palm. These houses are elevated on stilts to protect against floods and wild animals, so they call it kagbalay. Lastly is the challenges and opportunities they experience. For cultural preservation, one of the main challenges is preserving their cultural heritage in the face of modernization. There are ongoing efforts to document and promote their traditions and practices. Then, for economic side, while agriculture remains the primary source of livelihood, there are opportunities for economic development through ecotourism and the promotion of their crops and products. That's all. Thank you.